Turkish folk dances are the folk dances of Turkey, on the border between Europe and the Middle East, facing three seas, straddling important trade routes. Turkey has a complex, sophisticated culture, reflected in the variety of its dances. The dominant dance forms are types of line dance. There are many different types of folk dances performed in various ways in Turkey, and these reflect the cultural structure of each region. The bar in Erzurum province, the hale in the east and southeast, the hora in Thrace, the horon in the Black Sea. Spoon dances in and around Konya and Lezginka in Kars and Ardahan are the best known examples of these types of dance. Bar with their structure and formation. They are the dances performed by groups in the open. They are spread, in general, over the eastern part of Anatolia. The characteristic of their formation is that they are performed side by side, hand, shoulder, and arm in arm. Woman and man bars are different from one another. The principal instruments of our bar dances are davul and zurna. Later, clarinet has been added to the woman bars. The dominant measures in bars are 5/8 and 9/8. Occasionally measures of 6/8 and 12/8 are used. Aksak 9/8 measures, which are also the most characteristic measures, in particular, of the Turkish folk music, are applied with extremely different and interesting structures in this dance. They normally wear costumes as they dance. They always dance with pride and they turn their hands as they hop dance. Hale, this folk dance, is a part of Turkish dance and is performed to a large extent in the eastern, southeastern and central Anatolia, and it is one of the most striking dance. It has a rich figure structure of simplicity as the symbol of creation and originality of the folk. The rhythmic elements of Hale dances are very rich and are mostly performed with drums and a combination as well as with kaval, sipsi, sigurtma or baglama, or performed when folk songs are sung. Horon, the horon, which derives from the Greek word choriskio micron rho micron sigma, meaning dance in both ancient and modern Greek. Turkish horon is a dance style found in the Black Sea region, now modern Turkey. The dance is called horon, derived from the Greek culture of the area, and are circular in nature, each characterized by distinct short steps. Horan, or the round dance, is a typical folk dance of the Black Sea coastal area and its interior parts. Horons appear very different from the folk dances in other parts of the country with their formation of tempo, rhythm and measure. Horons are performed, in general, by groups, and the characteristic measure is 7/16, for their melodies are rendered very fast. It is very difficult to render them with every instrument. For this reason, rendering with a drum and zurna becomes practical. Melodies of horon are performed with the small type of zurna, which is called kura. In addition, in the interior parts, blowing instruments such as bagpipe, may, etc. The other measures used are 2/4, 5/8 and 9/16. Zibeksa, in general, the widespread folk dances of the Western Anatolia. It is rendered by one person or two or by a group of people, and its name changes, for example as seaman, in the central parts of Anatolia. Zibek dances are formed, in general, of 9/8 measures and have a variety of tempos such as very slow, slow, fast and very fast. Very slow Zibek dances have the measure of 9/2, slow ones 9/4 and some others 9/8. Very fast dances, for instance, Teka dance seen in Burja, Fethiye region, can be regarded as dances of Zibek character. They have the traditional measure of 9/16. There is another folk dance named as Bengi in the Zibek region. It is performed more differently from the Zibek and has got a different musical feature, and the most characteristic measure of Bengi dance is 9/8. Particularly in slow Zibeks, the traditional instruments is drum-zurna combination. The use of 2 drums and 2 zurnas in combination is a tradition, function of one of the zurnas is accompaniment. In other words, it accompanies the melody with a second constant tune. Apart from drum-zurna, a 3 double-string instrument baglama, reed, marobo, etc., are used for fast Dörrbecker dances. In particular, the traditional instrument of the Tekke dance region is reed. Other forms karşılamas and hora-type folk dances with melodic and rhythmic structure and with a fast performance facing one another, and different cultural structure of the region, and the dominant measure is 9/8, but some other measures are used as well. The traditional instrument, a two-drum two-zurna combination. The most characteristic use of this combination is seen in this region. It can be found also as siftatelli, kasap, havaja, hasapiko, meaning the butcher's dance, from Turkmen. Kasap, butcher, is a modern dance from Istanbul and East Thrace. The dance has its origins in Byzantine times by butchers, taken by the Byzantine military. Kashik oyunları. These dances, in general, are mostly spread over the Mediterranean region and have a very different structure with their arrangement, performance, rhythmic and melodic characteristics. They are always rendered with wooden spoons and the characteristic measure is 2/4 or 4/4. The instruments used are beast bow, baglama and clarinet. In general, they are accompanied by folk songs. Kolbasti. Kolbasti is among teens in common and widespread. Lezginka. Lezginka is mainly performed in cars and Ardahan. Sama. Sama melodies have the measures of 5/8, 7/8 and 9/8. The traditional instruments are baglama, bow, etc. There is no rhythmic instrument. Performance by singing is also widespread. The most developed samas are of 3 parts, namely Agurlama, Yeldayam, Kogdurma, Satos. They are Greek circle dances, originated in ancient Greece, named Satos, from sigma upsilon rho omega, Syro. Drag the dance, and can be found mostly at the region of Pontus. Shiksarai is Turkish dance, with origins in Black Sea region.